What's up, everybody? I'm about to set this up. I'm at work. It's your boy Chris Jones from that NoVACAIN Kennels brand. Listening to my music in the background because I am at work. I'm a seamster. I sew. I make custom interior decorations for your home from a company called thedraperyshop.com or thedraperyshop.blogspot.com. Check us out, man. Check us out on Facebook too, The Drapery Shop on Facebook. But anyway, this video is about dog food, the NoVACAIN brand dog food, the reasons why we developed it, and the benefits that we have for our dogs. One thing that I can tell you is that our dog food is like no other dog food, man, out there. We make our dog food fresh. We make our dog food a few days before it actually leaves our home. The reason that we like to do that because we make sure that dog food is not being sitting around in our freezers for days. We vacuum seal all of our packages to make sure it stays as fresh as possible to give you the best shelf life when you take it home. We make two dog foods at NoVACAIN Kennels. One is our raw food, and the second one is our cooked meal. Our cooked meal is exactly the same thing as our raw meal. The only difference is it's been cooked. All of our food contains meat, bone, organs, fruits, vegetables, and herbs. The base to our food is chicken necks. The reason we use chicken necks is because you get a good ratio of the meat and bone from the chicken necks, and that's how we get a lot of the bone into it. We do have extra meat that comes from like the beef heart, and the things like that. We use whole fish. The reason for using whole fish, including the head, the guts, the scales, is because there's a lot of nutrition within the fish itself. And we only use two types of fish in our dog food. We use whole sardines. That's a fish that eats plankton, that eats green food, living food. And that living food gets into that fish and becomes even more living food when it gets into our dogs. We also use mackerel. Mackerel is a great fish. There's a lot of benefits from eating fresh mackerel and stuff like that. One of the reasons that we chose to develop our own dog food was because of our boy King Kane. Our boy King Kane had skin issues being fed kibble. We tried everything from Blue Buffalo to Ukanuba, some of the cheaper brands, to see if it was just those higher quality brands making our boy break out, and it really didn't matter what food we used. He was having some type of skin issue, breaking out in rashes and excessive dry skin. And after a while, man, it just looked unbearable for my dog, man. And I didn't want my dog to suffer from itching all the time, because we are very active at NoVACAIN Kennels. We like to keep our dogs outside. In the summertime, running around, exercising. Even our dogs do live in a house with us. They have their own room. Another reason for developing our dog food is, it was a lot of people that, just had issues with kibble. And at the time, there was a lot of kibble being recalled. So we didn't want to risk our dogs getting sick from this kibble, deathly, sick, and losing a dog from kibble. So we decided to develop our own food. A few things about it. We fed all of our pups off our last litter, our raw mix. All the pups were doing very well on the raw mix, from being weaned from the mother's milk to our goat milk mixture with our raw food, to eating more solid pieces of raw food like your chicken necks, your legs, and stuff like that. In about 9 weeks, we started to notice that one of the pups, Donnie Hathaway, the pup that a lot of y'all liked, was having an issue with digesting the food. So, we tried our probiotics for the pups. We tried, we took them into the vet. The vet checked them out, make sure the dog didn't have any parasites or anything wrong with his insides that was affecting him and the way he was able to be fed. And, he was just one of those dogs that wasn't doing well with the food. So, after having a nasty night of smell cleaning, got woken up about 3 o'clock in the morning from this, nasty smell, and ran to the dog's room, the big dog's room, thinking the dog's poop. One of the dogs pooped all over the place and was sick on her stomach, and it wasn't coming from the big dogs. They all looked at me like, dude, why are you waking me up? It's 3 o'clock in the morning. So I ran downstairs because our pups, they were kept downstairs close to the exit. So when it was time for them to get up in the morning with the big dogs, we were able to open the cage, and all the dogs ran out to use the bathroom. So I went downstairs and checked on the pups in Donny Hathaway's pen. Man, I'm trying to tell you, it was one of the nastiest things I ever smelled and seen in my life. The food looked, exactly how I looked when I put it in a bowl for this guy to eat the food. But just the smell that came up and him regurgitating the food, it just let me know that his system wasn't digesting it right. So like I said, we took him in and had him checked out to make sure the guy was healthy. And nothing inside was, causing that issue. And it's just, he wasn't able to digest that food at that time. So what we ended up doing was putting him on a kibble that we do recommend. We recommend, for people that like to feed kibble, we do recommend a kibble called 4Health. We recommend the 4Health grain-free or the 4Health, the regular bags. Both of those foods are made by the same company, of course, because it's 4Health. But there's no corn, no wheat, no soy in those foods. And with the grain-free is, it doesn't have the rice in it like the rice and barley in it like the regular 4Health does. So we put Donny Hathaway on the grain-free version of it. And, he was doing a whole lot better. His stool became solid. He didn't have the same issues that he was having in that 2-week span of us trying to figure out what was going on with this boy and this raw food. So we got him right. We fixed him up with the 4Health grain-free, which is a great food. And his new owner has given me an update. I asked her about it not that long ago and how was he doing and was he still on it. And she said, yeah. And she also stated that she adds coconut oil to his food. One thing that we do at NoVACAIN Kennels is add coconut oil to our food as well. And it's great benefits of having coconut oil. We use mature coconuts, not young coconuts. A lot of humans as well as animals have allergen to young coconut oil, so we use a mature coconut oil, and it helps eliminate the allergens that they may develop from that. And she also stated that she has used cooked ground beef and added that to his food as well, and his stool is still very solid and he's doing very well. So I'm happy for that guy. But a lot of people would like to know what's really good with our dog food. This is what's really good. Our dog food just gives your dog a better quality diet. It helps improve the quality of your dog as far as health-wise, coat, breath, stool, and a lot of other things. And it's providing the dog with a diet that I guess people will say more wild. I just say it's a better diet overall. It's more wholesome. It's better quality food than your kibble, which is cooked and cooked and cooked and cooked and processed and cooked and cooked and cooked again. So you're getting a better quality meal. Like I said, our dog food comes in 2 forms: the cooked meal and the raw meal. The only difference is our cooked meal is cooked. It's the same exact ingredients that go into our raw meal. Now, a lot of people are going to say, "Oh man, no, you can't give dogs no, you can't give dogs cooked chicken bones." Well, look, this is how it goes. Our cooked meal is cooked for about 10 hours. Within that 10 hours, all the bone that's in there, it is so soft. Once we hit it with the masher, we can hit it with a potato masher, the plastic potato masher, and it breaks the bone up like that. But we use a blender. We like to make it real fine, so it comes out looking like a very high quality can of dog food. It's just more eye appealing to me than having, the discoloration, because we're just smashing it up. So we blend it up and make sure it's all, mixed in there well. We add rice. That's another difference from our raw meal to cooked meal. We add rice to our cooked meal to make sure all that liquid that is or nutrition that is released from the foods as it's being cooked inside the fluid inside the pot is actually being absorbed and reintroduced into the dog's system by getting soaked up into that rice. So that rice acts as 2 things for us. It helps soak up all that juice, and it helps bind the food together. It makes it more like a gelatin, when it cools down. It helps keep it stuck together. It sticks together when it's no rice added to it. But what happens is once you put it into the bowl, say for instance you took it out the freezer and you thaw it out, it falls apart and gets very mushy and very wet. So we didn't want that wetness to affect our quality of food. People dumping that liquid out. So we decided to add rice so everything gets pulled back together. Our food is, in my opinion, is some of the best quality food out there. My dogs enjoy it. People who buy our food from us, their dogs enjoy it. Their dogs look very well. Our dogs, in my opinion, look very well. If you don't agree, please let me know so I can see if I can fix the issue with my dogs. But like I said, NoVACAIN Kennels has developed a product to help you out and help your dog have a better quality life. Now, to end this out, if you are working within a budget, say your budget is only $30, a month for your dog, don't be afraid. Let us know, and we are willing to work with you to make sure your dog has a better quality diet within your budget, because we're not out here to break no heads, bust no heads open. We're out here to make sure dogs have a healthy quality life, because too many dogs are suffering as is, and because the owners just aren't able to afford a better quality meal for their dogs. Now, let me just throw this out there. Now, if you have a dog and you're unable to pay for your vaccines and stuff like that, I don't know why you really got a dog, to be honest. Because it's very important that you do vaccinate your dogs. I do go out into my community and talk to people about vaccinating their dogs, keeping their dogs up to date on vaccines all the time. That's very important. It's not just important for the dog; it's also important for the community. The health of kids and humans and other animals in the area. There are some issues that go from dogs to humans, humans to dogs, back and forth, and some of those things can be prevented by keeping your dogs vaccinated. So if you can't afford to fully vaccinate your dog, let me know about that too, and I will get you in contact with a couple people that can help you get your dogs vaccinated and stay vaccinated. But to get back on the dog food, we have what's called a sample pack. It's $4.50. That may seem like a lot to you guys, but it's really not a lot when you're trying to figure out if you want to give your dog a better quality diet. With that $4.50, you get 1 pound of food, and from that 1 pound of food, you're getting a half pound of our raw food, and you're getting a half pound of our cooked food. So you can try both. You can let us know which one worked out for your dog and which one you worked like better. We do say that give your dog at least 2 to 4 weeks, like any other thing. Any other kibble that you switch your dog onto, any supplement that you put your dog onto, give it 2 to 4 weeks to really see if it's really working for your dog or not. Because 1 or 2 days is not going to work that well, and you're not really going to see a difference in 1 or 2 days. Let's just keep it 100. So give your dog 2 to 4 weeks on something new to see if it really works with your dog. If you are scared of feeding your dog raw food because you think you may not be able to keep bacteria and germs and stuff like that cleaned up, let us know. That's why we developed our cooked food for the ones who you don't feel they'd be able to keep everything sanitized good enough. They go with our cooked meals. Any other questions, I can just ramble about whatever all day long. I don't want to keep this video going because I do need to get back to my work. Any other questions, feel free to contact me at Chris Jones DMV on Facebook. Send me a message or send me a message on NoVACAIN Kennels on Facebook, and I will get back to you promptly. Just leave your contact information. I'm sorry I still don't got a phone. I broke my phone. I'm not in no rush to get one, but I will be in this next month. Believe me, it's time for me to get my phone back. But leave your information, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Once again, I'm Chris Jones of the NoVACAIN Kennels brand. Thank you for watching this video. For any more information, hit me up and let me know, and I'll be gladly to help. We're out.